incoming. So anyway, cool. All right, we're live on a Tuesday, 6:34 Pacific time. I'm assuming 8:34 on your neck of the woods, Dak. I just thought of this. So on our regular show on Sundays, I brought in requested a good friend of the community to come on to our show on Sundays. He's actually from Chicago as well. So I don't know if Darth Lopez is going to show up today, but he was on some previous shows and whatnot. But now he's part of our every other week or maybe every week. We'll see. Just as far as scheduling is concerned. But yeah, I was like, oh shoot, yeah, because I'm like, hey, can you make 9:30 in Seattle or Pacific time? And he's like, oh, what time is that? I'm like, I think I'm 2 hours behind you guys. And he's like, oh yeah. So anyway, I gotta remember.
You're Pacific time, right, Ferd?
Yeah, Pacific time.
Yeah.
Okay. So DJ Wise is in the chat. If you guys aren't following, well, we don't got a lot of people in the chat today, and I don't know how many we'll have, but nonetheless, we're still doing the show. I know Dak and I were just talking backstage, and we've been saying it's been a while. I think we've both been pretty busy. You've obviously adjusted some of your living situations for good reason and all that, so that's exciting. I've been pretty busy just with work and just having to get schedules together, and mostly just content too. And Vinny's in somewhere in New York, hitting up with it. He has work stuff to do. He's at a conference.
Is he in New York?
Yeah.
That jet setter.
I know, man. It's ridiculous. And then we got the Rushmore show is in the house. This is actually a new show that I discovered. Pretty fun Friday night kind of thing, like right after you're off work. Check him out. I'll plug him on the rewind too. I plugged him on Sunday.
I did watch the Rushmore show once. They're cool.
Yeah, very different. It's not like speculation so much. Just kind of fun.
Two good guys.
The format's really good. They do a clean show, so for sure. So, and we got the second place Southpaw Brad's in the house. Second place Brad. just kidding, Southpaw. We love you, man. I think Southpaw may enjoy some of the stuff I picked up today. He's a huge Point Break fan for sure. So anyway, cool. And we got Mr. Marcus, who's another busy man himself. Yet he still shows up and shows us love on the show. Unlike Vinny, who is again in New York being ridiculous, right? Am I right?
I love the shirt.
I know. What's up, man?
I'm well. How are you guys?
Oh, good.
Man, I need a haircut, bro. I'm so sorry.
I kind of like it.
Whatever. So I'm so sorry. I apologize for my tardiness. I was coming off of a call, but I wanted to get here on time because, man, I'm so excited to be back with you guys. Excited to be back on the podcast. Excited to be back on the show, man. It's been a hectic couple of weeks. I hope you guys have buckled up. We got a lot to get into today. I'm fucking excited.
Yeah, we've been busy. I was talking to Ferd, behind the scenes, and we were both busy, really busy these last few weeks. So I'm sorry. I apologize first of all that I couldn't be on the last show. I tried, but I couldn't get on. But I'm glad to be on this time. And I'm excited for the show today.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be good, man. It's gonna be a good one. Ferd has been carrying the torch. I'd love to get Trey to pop on. Trey will sit in the crowd but won't say anything. No, Trey, just come on, bring your ass, hop on one of these episodes, brother. And amen. It's gonna be a crazy time today. Ferd, where Vinny's not here, of course. Vinny has contracted gonorrhea and he will not be available as his pills have kicked in and he has diarrhea on the toilet. So Vinny not available, but
he's not available. Yes,
he's
somewhere.
Yeah, he is.
He was in the chat earlier, or I don't know if he said, "What up, fool? Stopping by for a sec." There he is. See?
He's out there finding some more gold. That's what I'm saying.
But stopping by for what? Don't stop by. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
Nobody cares. Like,
Nobody
stop
cares.
by for a sec. I mean, bro, you're not that important, bro. I'm important. You're not that important. I'm important. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nah, man, Vinny is my guy, man. I love that
You,
dude, man, so
you
much.
both found out. You both saw what he found in Switzerland, right?
Yes.
I didn't know what it was until you
So
mentioned what it
jealous.
was. So.
Oh man! As soon as he showed me on a text, I was like, "Freaking, what the heck?"
That's all. That's all.
You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I love you too, Vinny, my guy.
Vince,
I talk to that fool like almost every day, practically, basically.
He's out. All right. Thanks, Vinny. Thanks for stopping by. We miss you, man.
Thank you, Vinny. I know
hey,
you
Marcus,
got to
are
get
you going to SDCC?
one more time. I want to. I've only been once, and I
Okay,
want to go again. When is it?
It's coming up.
July 22nd, I think. July
Okay,
20,
so like a month and a half.
something at the end of July.
I
Yeah.
mean, is tickets already out? Like, you can buy tickets and all that other stuff.
Oh yeah, they've been out for a while.
I may just do it. But I don't know if I could be around all that many people like that. Like, that's mass hysteria. Every time Vinny goes, he comes back with like some sort of weird disease. Like, like every year he comes back sick as a dog, bro. Like, I'm just like, yeah, I don't have that kind of bandwidth. You know what I'm saying? Be around,
And waiting for stuff, waiting in line for like whatever, right? It's not really worth it.
And all this other good jazz, and the unfortunate part is that, man, in my business, I've been spoiled because most times I'm with the celebrity that I'm working with at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And like a great example is, when I went to this is true story, no bullshit. Went to Disney with one of my talent that I work with. She did this thing with Steve Harvey every year called Disney Dreamers, where we would fly 100 kids out every year, and we would, like, let's say if you wanted to be a chef, then you would walk into a room and Emerald Lagasse's in there cooking and know your name, and it's like a really cool one-on-one kind of experience where you can kind of hang out with what you want to do. You want to sing,
Like a master class only in person. Huh?
man, yeah. And they shut down Disney, and it's only open to the people that are part of this Disney Dreamers thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
But saying all that to say, man, I've been to Disney multiple times, and when I would go, I'd go with them. And when I go with my team, we have carte blanche access. They have an escort that takes us around. Oh, you want to get on this route? Like, I find out that each park only has 3 rides. You know what I'm saying? So Walt really was trying to drain them pockets on y'all, and y'all. And what's her talent, Marcus? Vinny.
I thought you left.
Vinny. Okay. So I'd be with my talent. I'm not finna go through all that with Vinny. And so, we would, I would get carte blanche access. So, man, like escorts and, going to all the rides and, and doing all the things, right? You want to get on something, you skip the line of everybody that's in there and go on it, right? Compare this to, I took my kids recently. Man, I got to get a Disney Fast Pass. I got to wait an hour and a half to get in the line. I got to do, this and that, and everything is an extra cost and all that. I said, man, I've been spoiled. I've literally been spoiled. Like, I can't go to things like Disney or, like a theme park because, I've been so many times.
That's what I
and
said.
when Vinny,
he said
I'm
escorts. I was like, what?
Vinny, listen, I'm really trying to avoid you right now, but
It's
bro,
coming in hot today.
to make
Chat's on fire today so far. only 10 minutes in. Hit that like button, peeps.
So anyway, yes. Okay, you want to play? Fine. Yeah. They escorts. They out there taking care of Mickey and them. I mean, let's get on with it then. You know what I'm saying? They out there taking care of Mickey and Han Solo. They giving Han Solo a hand solo. let's go down the street with it then if we're gonna do it. So, but anyway, so you do stuff like that, and then you try to go with your family, and it's not the same, right?
Yeah, and then you're gonna deal with the same shit,
Right.
at
Like I'm used to
SDCC.
skipping
So
lines and
yeah,
getting on rides and making all kind of concessions. Man, when that's not there, it is not the same, and you feel it.
sure, yeah.
It's just like, yeah, I can't go here. I've been spoiled. I can't go here with my family. So
I guess my thing about SCCC, like the meetups are cool, right? Like I mean, I've never
So
met
I
any
go
of you
there
guys in
almost
person
every
and stuff,
year.
but
mhm.
uh-huh.
Yeah, and I enjoy it.
Mhm.
It's amazing. I look forward to it every year because well, because I know Vinny, I get to go to some of the exclusive stuff. So I go
Vinny
to
and being an escort at SDCC, huh? Is that what you're saying?
yeah, so basically I get to go to the I'm stumbling today. To
Because you
the
want to say that Vinny out
I'm
there selling
tired.
Indian
Really
ass
tired.
in San Diego. I know what it is. He's selling Indian ass in San Diego at SDCC.
So I got to go to the bad idea parties.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I got to go to the bad idea parties, and I got to go to some of the exclusive parties as well. So every year you get to meet up with like some of the creators and stuff like that. I got to meet up with Matt Kint one year. I got to
Wow.
meet up with who else? There are a lot of creators that show up, and so it's cool. Those parties are nice. Also, you get to go to. I got to go to the big party where what's it called again? I'm forgetting, but it's like huge. It's with one year I got to see what's that guy? Who's not Andre 3000, but the other guy,
No,
Big Boy, Big Boy. Got to see him perform at one of the parties. Last year was an EDM guy who performed. So it's pretty cool to get into all those parties.
Mhm.
But I could see why some people would have a tough time because it is very crowded. You
Mhm.
are like, just shoulder to shoulder with the crowds there on Saturday, especially.
Sure.
If you go on Wednesday, it's not so bad. Thursday's not so bad. Friday gets, kind of packed, but Saturday's like crazy.
Mhm.
I mean, it's
and I'm
it's
the kind of person, I just have a phobia of like being in crowds like that and someone just grab your ass, just a random, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like a bunch of weirdos at conventions that do shit like that. Now your wallet missing, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? It's just it's a and see, I fight. So somebody touched me the wrong way in the convention center, I don't waste my money because I'm beating ass on site at the convention center.
Would they touch you the right way though?
I mean, I am easily tantalized. They
those
can't touch me.
cosplay girls, man. Damn.
And it's really Southpaw Brad. That's who I want to touch me.
He said he's checking on flights to Houston, so I mean,
Come on.
come on, South.
Come on, Brad. Literally. Come on.
Come on. All right. Well, that was good catching up with you guys. And if you are going to SDCC, I guess bring your deodorant and bring your patience because it sounds like it's going to be crowded again this year and all that stuff. But no, it's good catching up with you guys so far. And it's good catching up with the chat. We got 10 live with about 14 minutes into the show. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Fellas, we're at 657 subscribers as of today, I believe. Let me look.
Yay.
Yeah. So I've been doing a lot of, just different stuff kind of relating to like, yeah, thanks, man. I've been putting more like market reports out for like video games. I may do a magazine one. I don't know how the bandwidth for it, but that's been, I think, getting some people to the show. And, the live show is kind of what we do it for, right? To kind of connect with you all and kind of let you guys know what we're looking at. And, and lately I just haven't had a lot, to really see like new stuff. And I just haven't really had time to really get into just spec or just news coming out that may affect certain things that I've looked at in the past. But I think this week it's a pretty okay, I think, list that I found, and some kind of cool stuff I think that Marcus specifically, I think you'd like. in regards to Pokemon stuff. So without further ado, let's get into this. And I think I want to say you mentioned this to me too, Marcus. Like you were talking about this specifically, the PSA magazines, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I forgot about these entirely, but this particular magazine, and I think this is from 2024 from the listings I saw, sold for $1,200 this past week.
Oh shit!
I have that.
They're numbered. Yeah. Okay, so I'm right. Okay, you have this sealed, right? So you didn't mention this.
I didn't send it off. I have it. Yes.
Yeah.
Wait a second. It was just released.
Like this year, right, Marcus?
Yeah.
Yeah. So PSA has these magazines that they're giving out. Is it a new kind of thing, Marcus, or you want to kind of
Yeah. So PSA is basically using their magazine as a collector's item in and of itself, right? So what they'll do is like they got like, let's say this is the regular cover, then they may have a variant of this cover that's like numbered, then they have another one that's lower numbered than that, and then they got like a 1 of 1. So PSA has been doing that lately. So like if you've been getting the books like I do, they come in, and when you open it up, it's all covered up. It's like, it looks like a blind bag. You know what I'm saying? So when you open up the bag and see what it is, and then when you open up the inside of the PSA book, it'll let you know what copy you have.
Yeah.
Like, this is the regular copy. This is the variant. This is the this. This is the that. Yep.
Yeah, these went for the lowest sale I saw was 1,000, it ungraded. So if you have this, or if you see it at like a card shop for less than $1,000, you might want to swoop up on it. And then something I'm trying to find, I didn't find it for every single section we had today, but like we're all trying to, pay for the hobby and all that, all that jazz, right? So this is my flip of the month. It's kind of risky, but it's something that I figured would be kind of nice to point out. Marcus, I think our friendship kind of started on this whole strategy guide thing. Pokemon Emerald version, specifically the Game Boy Advanced version.
Yeah.
CGC 8.5 this past week sold for, I think it was $350.
Amazing. Wow.
So it's pretty good. And I don't see a lot of, I think now the thing about strategy guys, right? It's a pretty new market. I'm actually testing it out myself with strategy guides. I have a couple to show later on, but these Pokemon ones are like kind of the easiest ones to make your money on, even if it's like a 6.5 or like a 6.0, or dare I say a 5.0. I think people still like the nostalgia of it. They still like the the nostalgia of it, and it looks nice in these CGC frames as well. $22.50 to get it graded isn't too bad if you have like a regular account. If you have like the other accounts, it's like $20. But if you can find a nice copy, I know those show up at your half price bookstores, your garage sales, what have you. I know Half Price Books does a really good job of having these. I've seen them in pretty high grade, from like a 7.0 up to like almost probably a 9, like pretty good chance of getting a 9.0 for around $35 to $40. And if you can get that, if you have the patience for it, it's a possible flip on that. Dak, I know you're still kind of like, it's on kind of your hunt, right? It's
on my radar now.
Yeah.
So I definitely wanted to say this. Like, I've been running into the Pokemon user guides or strategy guides. I just don't know which ones to pick up. Do you go ahead and pick up everything? Because I do a quick check on eBay when I run into them.
Yeah.
And some of them don't go for much. But if you are grading them, the graded ones go for a lot more, right? There's I think what's happening here is there are not enough graded in the census. So people usually want to pay high amounts for graded copies as opposed to ones that are raw. Am I right there? Or because I run into Pokemon strategy guides quite a bit.
Yes. Is that a first edition, Marcus, pack?
It is a first edition pack.
Nice. Are you gonna grade?
And so is it.
And is that the one with the ones that hung on the hooks and all that? That's pretty cool.
And so is this one.
Yeah.
I should open one. What you think?
I don't want you to. I want you to hold on to those.
You should open them. Open it on the.
Maybe another time, but yeah, it'd be cool, man. If you want to open one of them. To answer your question, Dak. I feel like the Emerald version is kind of the one I feel that has the most upside because video game market wise, the Pokemon Emerald version from Game Boy Advance sells for like 500 CIB. So I kind of use the games as kind of barometer to, okay, if this game's selling for like top, right? You want to go for that strategy guide. The Emerald, the reason I want to point out the Emerald version is because this was like a rarer game because from my understanding, when Pokemon Emerald finally came out, the age group was kind of aging out of Pokemon. Those 12-year-olds were turning 15 and they weren't playing cards anymore. They're chasing girls, right? So to my understanding, from what I've read, the Pokemon Emerald version, specifically on Game Boy Advance, didn't have as many copies as like say the Red or Ruby versions. But yeah.
Gotcha.
So like if you find those strategy guides in like the early 2000s, like 2002, 2003, those probably are, it's either very sought out after because of the lower print run, or not at all because there's no nostalgia like tied to it. That's my understanding of it. So yeah.
Got it.
But like for example, like the red version 6.0 sold for like 120. And I mean, if you can buy it for $10, I mean that's a nice flip anyway, you know. So yeah. Of course there's the risk of like, you know, the grade and just being an off day or what have you. And but like you said, there's not that many graded sales of these Pokemon strategy.
Oh, there isn't. I don't think, I mean, I do a cursory review or a cursory search on eBay. I don't see too many of these strategy guides graded, if any. So they are something that people are not grading. And the other question I have is, does CGC grade all strategy guides?
So
do they draw the line somewhere?
They do majority of them, but the problem is if you have like I was gonna grade this Dragon Age strategy guide. I think it's too thick. It's like that thick.
Okay. Yeah.
I wish I wish the magazine guys were in the chat, but I think they go up to like 1.5 inches on magazine sizes.
Okay.
But like if you have a strategy guide and it's like the average thickness, it's probably a pretty good chance you can get it graded.
Got it.
I would say the notes on strategy guides are a lot better than they are in comic books. They give you exactly why it graded at an 8.5 or an 8.0 or 7.5, what have you. So there's that too. Anyway,
cool.
I guess we'll wait for Marcus to come back, or I'll go on the next slide, and then if Marcus will fit back to Pokemon, we can go back.
No, I'm here. I was grabbing. I went to go grab.
What you got?
I went to go grab this.
Oh, hold on. Let me do this real quick.
I
remember that. What is that?
So this is the actual trainer video for Pokemon, and it came with a pack and all this other stuff, right? So your checklist, but even more so than that, right? Hold on. Yo, I should grade this. What you think?
Heck yeah, you should.
Grade this.
Yeah.
That looks mint.
The training video for the original Pokemon.
I would 100% grade that.
What y'all think, chat? Grade
it? I think you should definitely grade it. And I mean, yeah, that's like almost like, yeah, do it, man. That's a no-brainer for sure.
Yeah.
It'd be cool. It'd be cool too. I haven't seen the VHS I haven't seen anyone that's graded a VHS for CGC. I have the IGS, like Scent of a Woman graded, but yeah, are those cards too?
No, this is the disc.
Oh, okay.
This is the Windows 95. This is the CD-ROM. Oh man, I didn't even know all this was in here, bro. This is the CD-ROM for the Pokemon joint.
That's pretty cool, man.
This is pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie.
I think for sure, like I would grade the VHS for sure. What's that?
This is the booklet that shows you how to play the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like we should send all this stuff off.
Yeah, 100%, man.
Just send it off.
While we're on Pokemon, I picked up 2 items here from a store. So this one I got is a sticker book for a couple bucks, but it was printed, I believe it was printed in 2007. So it's never the stickers inside, there's some stickers in here.
Mm-hmm.
But apart from that, I just picked it up based on the fact that I think it's quite rare. And also I picked up a Pokemon coloring book for a couple bucks too. And this one is not colored. It's not a coloring book. Sorry. It's actually a comic. So it's a black and white comic of Pokemon. And this was printed in, I would like to say 2000. So it's I guess it's kind of old.
I feel like that 2007 one that you had there.
Yeah.
I'd have to do more research on, because like there was like a lull of kids that played Pokemon in 1999, 98, and then they grew up and like went away from the game, and then the popularity of Pokemon, from what I understand, because this goes to the Pokemon cards, like kind of stopped and almost went away, right? Because they couldn't get that new flood of kids, and then it came back with the anniversary and stuff. I wonder what era is considered like the dark times of like low printed Pokemon in general stuff. So that 2007 might be worth more than the 2000. You know what I mean? Based off that.
Yeah.
Just an assumption, but
I have no clue. I made a quick check on eBay about this. I think it goes for about 40 to 50 bucks.
Wow.
For the coloring book.
Yeah.
So for $2. And this one I couldn't even find on eBay.
I bet.
Yeah. So this one, it says the experts. This is an expert club sticker book. It says right here on the cover. Where did it go? Right there. Experts Club. You see that?
Yeah. That's cool.
Okay. There's a Masters Club on eBay. There's no Experts Club. So I don't know. I don't know how rare this is. I don't know if anybody even has one. So that's why I picked it up. I mean,
send me a picture of that later. I'll ask my Pokemon expert in Canada.
Okay, cool.
He's from Vancouver. Yeah, no, he's really good. He's actually I know him since he was a little kid. So Marcus, check out what AOA dropped down for us.
Oh my god, what did he say?
He said that someone's asking 900 for that on eBay. That's pretty cool, man, because that's like the OG like Pokemon font and everything, man.
Wow, that's amazing. I didn't even know that. I promise I was just sitting there. CD-ROM is there. Look, I just even realized this. Some of the cards, I've been sitting on the cards. Cards in condition. Look, they got a Meowth.
Oh, cool. You break it in a little sleeve, man.
Yeah, bro. Like some of the early energies, like I don't ever remember energy looking like that.
I do, and that's old. That's old school, man. That's cool. That's really, really cool.
Yeah, like Machamp is in here, Duodo, Diglett, Machoke, Machop. Energy.
I mean, those are all the OG like Pokemon cards, man. Like legitimately.
Like Gust of Wind. Oh man, the original Pokeball card.
Oh, let's see that. Hold on one second.
The original.
That's cool, man. Creed said, I don't know if you saw, but Creed said to keep those packs sealed, man. I kind of agree with him too, man. It's a cool nostalgia, right? If you can't take out the sticker press and make, how will it affect grading with CGC? Does anyone know? I've actually seen them not necessarily like if it's like, let's say it's like a GameStop or Toys R Us or KB Toys.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard, and don't quote me on this, but I've seen it not affect the grade. Like I've seen 9.2s with a sticker on it.
Oh yeah, the sticker don't affect the grade.
Yeah. And I feel like honestly, like that adds a little more nostalgia to it for me. Like when I buy action figures, I want that like Payless, $2.99 sale like price tag on it. Personally, that's just me though.
I think there. I wanted to pause you there, Ferd. So I think in toys it doesn't matter, but if you have stickers on magazines, certainly for comics, if you have a price sticker on a comic, you're docked points, right? But for toys, it really doesn't matter. I don't know about magazines. I've never graded a magazine, but I would suspect magazines would be similar to comics.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good question. I'm not sure, but because like I've struggled with that too. Like, because like for me, I like that. Like on the toys, right?
Absolutely, toys. It doesn't matter at all. They don't dock points on toys because you can't take off that sticker.
Right.
It's impossible. You would be wrecking the card that it comes on.
Yeah.
Right. So I don't know if
I'll check. It's not a bad question to ask. I mean, like definitely. It was just weird though because I saw like a 9496 and I was like, wow, there's a sticker on it. That's kind of weird. But maybe that would have been 98 if it didn't have the sticker on it too, right? So, but speaking of graded magazines, I have a couple to show off. I didn't really have like any data or like flips for magazines. I think just because the magazine market is just kind of weird right now, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But I just dropped one. So I'll do solo layout. So this is a beast, man. So this is Last of Us, the strategy guide.
Oh, nice.
I actually removed the sticker on this guy using like putty or Gooby Gone. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So it came off pretty good. They didn't hit me with it. I got an 8.5 out of this guy.
Yeah. It's great.
So I'm pretty happy about that. I'll probably list it once the show comes out. It's a beast too. This is actually for a relative. She's a huge Eminem fan. I don't know if she's watching the show right now, but
yeah, that's sick.
Oh wow, that is nice.
I bought this for like $20. There's a ton of finger bends on it, but again, it's for a relative, so I don't think she'll care. And then this, I've been really excited about. This is my PC.
I think that that the Source magazine is probably a hot item right now since Eminem just came out with his new single, right?
Yeah. It's pretty good too, man. I don't know if you guys heard it, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I've been talking about this with you guys behind the scenes. I did a lot of research on this particular issue, and it's the first American magazine appearance of Sonic the Hedgehog, but there you go.
Oh yeah, I love this book, man.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Thanks, man.
That's a cool book.
It came out of 7.5, and I kind of expected like 6.0. It's just really, it's old, but I figured for a 7.5 and the price I got it for, I was really happy with it.
Yeah. No, I did a search on eBay. There's none available.
Yeah, there's
of your book. There's none. Like there's one that's I think
it's not
priced at 200 or something, too high. But other than that,
it doesn't present well at all.
Exactly.
There's a couple spine ticks on that guy, but there's no finger bends or anything like that.
Right.
But yeah, I was pretty happy about that. So, and again, I don't have really big magazine spec. It's been kind of tough on magazines so far, but strategy guys are pretty fun, obviously. And let's get on to the next slide. So video games.
Let's do it.
Pretty cool video game stuff, man. Whatchamacallit? So Zelda, and I don't know, man. Like this was kind of suspect. So have you guys graded any video games lately at all?
I have not.
I haven't either.
Dak? Okay.
No.
So our good friend Vinny, right? Obviously he's the video game dude, right?
Yeah.
So I would just ask him like all the time, like, hey, VGA, CGC, Iwata, where do you go with? And actually, you guys have also suggested CGC as well.
Yep.
I don't know the grades on VGA. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Dak.
No, I think the market is slowly headed towards CGC. I think I think VGA or WATA went through a lot of controversy, and I think people are just, reticent about using them anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I think CGC. I mean, my thoughts on CGC, you all know.
Yeah.
But I think in terms of controversy with the video game, CGC hasn't had any. So I think more and more people are headed towards CGC. But remains to be seen. I know Vinny. I don't know if Vinny has had any games graded by CGC recently. Do you know, Ferd?
I don't know if he actually has, but
Okay.
he did suggest just do CGC for the games I was doing.
Okay.
Because I was pretty specific on what games I was trying to get graded. And so far, what I found is that one, I'm not a very good person, or I'm not very good at pre-screening my video games. And two, I feel like CGC grades really tough.
Yep.
But might be just my ignorance of how games grade. You know what I mean? So
I
don't
like
know.
with the grading. They graded my 50 Cent Bulletproof, and it was a decent grade. I mean, it was solid. Could it be better? I'm thinking it all can be better, but until we get to the robotic grading, or like the I think it's a AGS, where you put it in the computer scans it, and then comes back with the grade. So because any other time
was that actually happening, Marcus?
Yeah, AGS grading. Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's a good news.
Yeah, AGS.
Been waiting for that day.
They got a lot of support too, but it's still new. So a lot of people are still doing PSA or CGC or whatever, but AGS is literally creeping on to come up. And they be at all the conventions. They'll be at SDCC for sure. Basically what they do, they let the computer, there you go. Yep.
Awesome.
Let the computer do it, huh?
Robo.
Yeah. I think, if CGC doesn't do this with their comic books at some point, they're going to be left behind. I think other companies are going to utilize AI and machine learning to have grading. It's going to be so much quicker than someone toiling away all day long and making mistakes.
Right, because they know what it is. I mean, a computer know what a perfect book is. I mean,
exactly.
So the human eye will say, yeah, it's a 9. The book is 8 is 8.5.
Yeah. And and they're not going to hire some dude off the street or someone having a bad day or a good day.
Exactly.
Giving out 9.8s like crazy or 9.9s or whatever. I don't want to get into that argument or that discussion because it's ridiculous. But so the reason why I want to ask you guys what grading company you believe is good. So VGA, which I hear is good for bigger boxes like consoles or special editions, right? This first print Zelda went for $6K, and shout out to Street Food is Good for sending me that slide on it went on Heritage, I want to say, or Golden Auctions. I'm not exactly sure, but some big YouTuber face he put the the auction out, and this is a 95 VGA grade for first edition, sealed, of arguably the best game out on Switch so far. I've seen 9.8s go for maybe 500, asking for 1K. Legitimacy of the sale, whatever. I just thought well, it wasn't a CGC, game, and maybe that may have a difference in. I don't know. Just for fun, I looked at the pricing for VGA, and it's pretty expensive. It's $55 for a regular game, and it takes about a month to 3 months. They said.
No.
CGC is $30 in total, not including shipping, and they're about 2 to 4 weeks maybe. So for me, I think I'll stick with CGC. I just thought it was an interesting price point to show for I mean, the game's not that old, but $6K is a lot, man. I'd rather go for a lot of their other games. Yeah. And then my flip of the week is Mario Kart CIB 64. A beloved game. It's everybody knows Mario Kart, whether it be any SNES, 64, what have you. If you can get this for a pretty high grade, $1.25 or so. An 8.5 sold for $4.25. So you're making, around 300 to 250 to $300 after fees and grading for $125 investment. That's my flip of the week. Do you guys have a 64? Ever played it at all with like kids or anything like that?
Nope. I play Super Nintendo, but I've never.
Yeah,
I've had an N64. I played that game, Perfect Dark. Remember Perfect Dark?
I do. Yeah.
Yeah. I had that game, and I had a couple more, but that was when I was way too much into the dating scene. Didn't have time.
Yeah.
Didn't have time to play games, but had it. Yeah. But I'm very nostalgic about N64. Not too many people are. More people are into Super Nintendo games. But N64, I want to get some of those complete in box or sealed games.
Right.
The ones that I played on. But
I mean, Dak, I would say that the nostalgia I feel is moving to 64 because there's
really?
a lot of Pokemon games on 64. There's
Okay.
like none on SNES, right? So if you are nostalgic and you're in your late 20s or early 30s, that was your system that you played Pokemon on. Anyway, food for thought, man. I think you're okay. And that's actually when I'm looking at CIB opportunities, I think 64 is the one to go with for CIB, because you can press the box,
Have you tried that?
I have, and I've got pretty good results.
You did mention that you did press some boxes, right?
Yeah, it's I mean, you have to have an okay kind of like box, right? It can't be falling apart, but it does make a difference, though. I did notice it for sure. Cool. So yeah, and then I thought this was kind of cool. Like Metal Gear Solid is like one of those franchises, right? That for PlayStation, of course.
Yeah.
My favorite Metal Gear Solid game personally was the one for PS3. Metal Gear Solid 4 was my favorite game for Metal Gear out of all 4 of them or whatever. But for some reason, Snake Eater is more beloved. They're remaking the game. I guess later this year. It's coming up pretty soon. I didn't realize it. But I looked at this. So it's this Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater Special Edition is going for pre-order for $199.99. And so I went and looked. It's sold out. The pre-orders at Best Buy. I looked bestbuy.com, GameStop, and I think Walmart are all sold out. So if you're able to get a copy of this for $199.99, you may be able to flip it for double or whatnot. It's one of those, everyone in the chat is comic book fans, right? So it might be like one of those 1 in 50 Captain Marvel 4s that you could flip for double when it comes out. Albeit it's kind of a big box, but it's a flip opportunity, man. Dak, have you ever flipped a video game before?
I've never flipped a video game. I actually 4 or 5 years ago, I started collecting some. I got some Famicoms. I did get Modern Warfare, Call of Duty sealed. I got a couple of cool games. I was hedging my bets on Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah.
I got like 6 copies of those first print. And then I'm just holding on to those. Yeah, I'm not a big video game guy.
Yeah.
And I haven't really bought video games recently, but yeah, I want to get in. It's just there's so many things to collect.
It's hard.
We're getting the pulp game and all that stuff. So yeah.
I have the Ultimate Edition for Red Dead 2.
Yeah, you do. You showed on the show before.
You did.
Yeah. That's a nice one, Marcus. I think you guys are both onto something with the Red Dead stuff.
Yeah.
Marcus, I was asking Dak, have you ever flipped a video game before?
Absolutely.
What was your last that was a nice flip for a video game?
1,500.
1,500. What game was it?
Shit. It wasn't a game. I'm sorry. It was a system. It wasn't. It was a game.
That works.
It was a PS5. It was a Spider-Man.
Oh, the Spider-Man Special Edition.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just obviously it's hard to one, you gotta it's not a comic book. You gotta put it in like a big box or something. So it's a little bit tougher to do. But I was just shocked at this being, and probably I should have been on my toes about this one, but I was shocked to see that it was sold out at 3 major uh you know stores that are kind of coming away from that physical media type deal, right? Albeit, like they still have the special edition. So cool stuff, guys. Next segment we got movies. So another shout out to someone in the chat if he's still around. Good friend of ours, Southpaw Brad. I had mentioned this Point Break Steelbook Best Buy only edition came out. Well, I guess another company came out and they're actually selling a limited edition Steelbook, same cover and all that, but it comes with a poster for $39.99. This is a definitely cult classic. Keanu Reeves, rest in peace, Patrick Swayze. I don't know if you can flip this, but it's definitely, I thought, a cool,
interesting for sure.
Yeah, a cool kind of like the art's really, the art's pretty cool, man. And it is kind of a reprint of the Best Buy exclusive, which I got today in the mail just in time for the show. I bought this for like $30. Marcus and I have been talking about physical media being gone. Like Best Buy's already. Best Buy no longer sells DVDs anymore. I said on past shows before, but I'm just, it's kind of cool to be able to get these Best Buy exclusives or like exclusives like this, possibly hold on to them, flip them. I'm not sure if there's flippability in this one in particular, but I'm going to send this to CGC. I'll probably keep it in my collection, but it'll be cool to see possibly how much I get offers for it if I wanted to put on eBay. But for now, I'm going to keep it. And then what was the other one I thought was really cool? And I think this is like, if you can get a copy of this Godzilla -1. First off, have you seen the new Godzilla movie and what'd you think of it?
I loved it. I thought it was amazing. I had some, I think I mentioned it in our Discord. There's a couple of melodramatic scenes in it.
Culturally, yeah, sure.
Culturally, that I was a little cringe, but apart from that, the movie was really, really well done with the budget that they had, about 18 to 20 million. To pull that off, it's insane. It's absolutely insane. And I would jump on a heartbeat to get this on the Steelbook. Is this going to be a special edition or just like regular, like they'll just release it, or are they going to release it in a limited edition?
So I think this is aftermarket already.
Okay.
I was trying to find a copy of it actually like a week after I saw the movie on Netflix. Because I was like, shoot, if it's going to come in physical media, man, people are liking this. Every collector wants this, Japanese movie.
That cover looks awesome too.
And the cover is amazing. It's got the logo, like, it's got the paper deal or whatever, right? Which is very classic Japanese style,
Yeah.
This is selling for around $70, but man, I think I might get it. I might just say screw it, and if grade it, maybe I can flip it. But if not, it'll display really nice. Marcus,
is it going for $70 on Best Buy, Bert?
No, this is I couldn't find it anywhere. I had to look on eBay for this guy, and I don't know if it's from. Okay. I'm not sure it's from Japan. I want to say it is, but from the ones I found, this was like the one I thought was like the best one to go for if you are specking on it. Marcus, have you seen Godzilla -1?
I have not. I've been meaning to, so I'll watch it as soon as we get off of this call. I'll watch it.
It's on Netflix, Marcus.
Yeah. Oh, man, thank you. I'll go check it out.
It's a long movie, but it was a lot of story, and there were parts that did kind of go a little bit, like Dak was saying, like a little bit. They had to establish a story, right? And I get that. But it went to the old. It felt very old school, but like modern. If that makes sense. Yeah. It was cool, man. It was a good show.
They jumped in the bodysuit.
No, Marcus, you'll like it, man. I went into it with high expectations and they were met. Let's just say that. Yeah.
I will watch it as soon as I get off this call.
Cool. Oh,
well, no, actually, I'm gonna play Call of Duty because I've been playing Call of Duty to get ready for Black Ops 6. And they just dropped some Easter eggs in Call of Duty. So man, y'all get at me if y'all trying to play Call of Duty. We can hop on tonight.
All right. And just for fun, I'm gonna put the link. IGN put an article for that Metal Gear game. I didn't check the Xbox versions of Metal Gear, but it is coming out on Xbox too. If you're trying to possibly flip that game, I didn't check. So, and to end our show, real quick, or going into the ending of our show, I just want to thank. We got 9 lives near the end of the show. Thank you so much to Dak. Thank you so much to Mr. Marcus. No thanks to Vinny for showing up, being busy.
Vinny.
Yeah, get Vinny.
I will have a conversation with him afterwards.
but no, I really do appreciate you guys coming through and click that like button, subscribe, tell your friends about the show, about the channel. I'm gonna do more video game reports. I may throw in a magazine report here or there, maybe strategy guide. There's not enough info on it to do a full like episode, but
give away one of these.
Oh,
what's that? You want to give that away?
We should. What you think?
When you want to do it today, or do you want to do it next time?
No, we'll do it next time.
All right, we'll do it next time. That's a
nice book.
It's just some old school shit.
That's a nice
with the
book.
kitty on the front. I love it. I love it. All right, this or that. Oh, you got one more?
I mean, I do, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just trying to, tell people start tuning in. We about to start cranking this shit up.
All right, I'll clip that and put it on the Instagrams. So I do have a this or that segment today. I hope Marcus and Dak, you enjoy this as well as the chat. So without further ado, let's get into it. So first off, you got a 2024 Charizard Gem Mint 10 for 300, or yes, Bluey the magazine for $300.
I'm not.
Wow.
Crap.
Wow.
I'm not answering that.
Is Blue Magazine #1 really going for $300?
Somebody bought it for $300, man. There was like one bid offer on it. Yeah. I'm kind of going with,
and that's not even real.
I mean, I couldn't find any other sales. I thought it was interesting, but yeah.
Let me not do that. I'm not here to say it's real or not real. But I'm not going to have this conversation with you about Bluey over Charizard. So you can move.
Dak, what are you picking?
Man, I'm just.
Why are you even asking Dak? Like he's in the same boat.
This is so strange.
It's strange, right? It's a strange one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Of course, the 2024 Charizard.
Yeah.
I'm going Bluey, man. Like,
you're lying.
John, no, there's no poll. We just do this for fun, just to kind of give you a perspective. It's more of like, people do market reports, which are great, right? But like, I like to do the perspective as if you're going to go into a store and like, oh, this is $300. What would you spend your money on? That kind of thing. It's all just for fun.
When did the Bluey magazine come out? Do you know?
I don't know.
Okay. I'll be on the lookout for that. If it's a $300 magazine, holy shit.
Like I don't know if it's like one of those like, when you go to a magazine store and they have this is the unofficial Pokemon or blah blah blah. I don't know if it was like that, but yeah, if you see a Bluey magazine,
some Barnes and Noble, it might be tucked in some corner in some magazine section. Never know, right?
Or like a half price books. Like I don't know how many Star Wars Insider like keys I found at half price books in nice condition. So I didn't know if it was a subscription or what, but yeah, Mark's like, move on to the next slide.
Because I can't.
ASM 298, the first appearance of Venom, I guess. I don't know. Signed by Stan Lee in 96, or an Iron Man 55 and a 5.0 for $500.
Iron Man, move on. Iron Man. That's not even really a conversation. Sure. Iron Man.
So the rationale behind my choice would be 298 is way too heavily printed.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I have the book as well. I just feel like the Iron Man 55 is a much better book overall.
It's a great greatly underrated. I mean,
Not
he's
that I,
the best villain ever in
yeah,
Marvel Universe. So
no doubt. Not that
so
I don't
far,
like Todd McFarlane. I don't like, Venom, but
yeah. So specifically a Hang Tab Metroid sealed 7.0 in WATA, or a Windwalker Wii U, and there were 3 of these that sold for around $1,500.
wow. I just like the look of that Metroid game. I have the Metroid in the Famicom, so I would buy it to match the Metroid I already have.
Yeah, we'd have to be serious about that. I'm going with Metroid.
Okay, I would too, but I would cross grade over to CGC. Would you guys keep it at WATA?
Nah.
Good question, man. Well, would the CGC grade go lower? If it would go lower, then I wouldn't move. I wouldn't cross.
I guess so. This is like the one thing where I still kind of like go back and forth with. One, I watched the WATA like YouTube video like 2 years ago, and I just never had like any faith in WATA. And CGC so far done okay, right? I would assume that in the long run, CGC will overtake WATA as far as like preferences for the market. So I would risk it and go cross grade over to CGC. That's just me though, and I'm weird. So
no, that's a good point. I mean, if we just got to see where the market's going to head toward in the next few years, is it going to be CGC, or are they still going to be graded by WATA and VGA? Now, who's the market leader right now, Ferd?
I mean,
who grades most games?
I think it's WATA grades the most, but
okay.
But see, I don't search for WATA. I search more for. I go CGC, VGA. Those are like my top 2 that I go after. Like when I see a WATA graded, I don't even look. I don't even care if it's a 9.8. Like I automatically devalue it. Yeah, that's just me though. Marcus, what are your thoughts on that?
That's good shit. Absolutely.
And it's not just because of the video. It's also because of like, I think that the CGC label just presents better. They do a really good job with the case. With the WATA, I think there's just too many there's just too much stuff going on with it. I don't know. That's just my preference from what I've held and looked at and like displayed too. Because right now I'm kind of sidebarring. I'll get it over in the next slide, but I'm collecting these video games. I'm not really flipping or trying to sell them like ad nauseum. And I like the way that the CGC labels just look better on my mantle.
They look amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. On to the next one. And last. This is kind of cool. Pele signatured 8. It's an 8th grade, number to 15 though, a signature 10, or Mick Jagger signature on a card.
I'm going Mick Jagger, baby.
Yeah, I'm going Mick Jagger too.
I'm going Mick all day. I'm going Mick freaking Jagger.
I'm going to Pele.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Pele's passed away too, so I would.
Oh shit! I totally forgot he died.
Yeah, so I would go with the Pele. You're never going to get a signature by him anymore, but Mick Jagger's on his last legs too. I don't want him to. I don't want anything bad happening to him, but yeah, he's
Mick Jagger is 1 foot in the grave, bro.
They're on tour, right? Are they?
They were in Seattle like a week ago.
Mick Jagger is 1 foot from satisfaction. He gone, and then he just gonna waste away.
I mean, like that signature, it's like it matches his like movements, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, I thought it was funny.
It's a good signature. Yeah,
it's pretty cool, man. I thought it was I was looking for those presidential signatures on like Upper Deck. I was trying to find those because I usually go for like quite a bit of money, but then I found that Mick Jagger signature. I was like, oh no, I'm gonna put that up there for sure. You guys get a kick out of it. So. Anyway, well, cool. Well, that's our show for the night. It's been just an hour. It was fun. It was good stuff.
I had an amazing time, bro.
That was fun.
I had fun tonight, bro. It was freaking amazing hanging out with you and Dax, bro. Like we had fun, Dax. I haven't had.
Likewise, Marcus. Always nice to see you, man.
Man, it's good to see you as well. Ferd, it's always good to see you, sir.
Yeah, man, it's good to hear your voice, and it was kind of cool having you go through that Pokemon stuff that you were going through, and like, oh shit, here's a VHS,
I mean,
here's a CD, here's
crazy,
all the stuff. Yeah,
crazy shit.
yeah.
And
Well, I guess
next time I'll get a pulp. I'll get some updates on the pulp scene for next time.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Yeah.
Did I the time I had the book? It rhymes with lust.
What's that?
It rhymes with lust. It's like a big pulp book. It basically started the pulp explosion for books. It had like artwork and shit in it. It's a book from like 1950. The book made me like all kind of money. I sold that book for like almost $3,000.
Oh wow!
And I got it like in Barnes and Nobles.
Crazy.
Wow. Okay. I'm gonna do some research on that. Did you say you flipped it, Marcus?
Yeah, I found it.
You found it and you flipped it?
Found it and flipped it. It rhymes with half price books. It wasn't Barnes and Noble, half price books. It rhymes with lust.
All right. I'm not aware of that book, but I'm gonna take a look at it. Find out. There's so many pulps out there, Marcus. I mean, it's crazy. I'm still learning, by the way. I'm still learning about them.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many. It's like thousands. So, yeah, we'll do a show with the segment with pulps next time.
Maybe we'll get Vinny on here one of these days, sir.
Vinny said he's back. His gonorrhea won't help him. Won't let him come back.
How much is a wizard? I don't know which one you're referring to, John, but I think the first issue goes for quite a bit. I haven't seen one go for a long
John,
time.
let me just pull this out.
Oh no, he doesn't. He has one.
I did find this one the other day.
Wow.
So I think you're gonna bust out a Wizard 1. I was like, oh my god.
No, it's a Wizard number 9, but it's in great shape. It's got the poster inside. I got this for $1.
Cool.
But I see these wizards going up in price eventually. I mean, they are getting harder to find in the wild.
Sure.
Especially in great shape.
Mm-hmm.
So if that's what was the gentleman's name who was like asking the question? John. So how much is Wizard? Is he talking about the Wizard magazine? But
he said comic Wizard. I'm not sure what that is.
Comic Wizard.
No idea.
Not sure what that is.
I'm not sure.
Is that a pulp you're talking about, John?
Oh, it might be. I don't know. How much is a wizard? John, we'll get back to you on that on the next show. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Or DM me. The pulps. They range in price. And I will do a little research on that for next time, John.
Yeah, we'll do a pulp. I think there was a lot of good feedback about your pulps. Like people either didn't know about it at all, period, or they knew of it, but they didn't know exactly what Dak just showed. They range, man. I mean, like number 1's the one to get. I don't know what the other ones really go for, but maybe we could look into that for next time.
Yeah,
it's a good thing to look into.
Just to answer that question quickly, number 1 newsstand edition 9.8 is the one to get.
Yeah,
it's a very pricey book.
Yeah,
a 9.8 newsstand.
But no, John, that's a great. Strategy guides are kind of. I think people are gravitating towards strategy guides in general, but wizards. I think right now it's kind of this like for me, like when I find $1 wizard, I'll just open up and just look through all the old prices, and that kind of. It's a little bit of that nostalgia, right? Yeah. But
right.
I have Valiance number 1.
The Valiance, that might be kind of cool to look at, though. Honestly, but that might be the covers were amazing on those old wizards, and I don't know, we'll see. But I'll definitely look into it for sure for next time. But yeah, man, great show. Thanks everyone for coming through. I appreciate everyone's support, and hit that like button, subscribe, tell all your friends about the show, and we are out. Have a great week, everyone. Take care.